I have a strange story, and I do not even know where to begin. I like a girl, but the problem is she is very introverted, and she also likes my friend. That really hurts me, and I am introverted too, so I am often afraid of communicating. When my friend found out she liked him, he said he was not interested in her because of her appearance. But I told him that I liked her, so he helped me by acting as a middleman, sending letters and telling her. At first, she seemed interested, but also a little scared. Still, she wrote back to me. But then exams started, and I disappeared for a short time. After the exams, I sent her another letter, but she responded with surprise. She admitted that she knew I liked her and had feelings for her, and she clearly said she was not interested in me. She only liked my friend, not me, just as friends. I tried messaging her on Instagram, but she did not reply. Yet she kept sending videos to my friend, and that really broke my heart. If you hear this story, your first reaction might be, how can we help this guy win her over? But if you really understand how things work, you will realize something completely different. You cannot win her over the way you are thinking. It is not because you are not good enough. It is because you are in a position where you simply cannot win. You are not the person she wants. You are the person trying to be chosen, and the power of choice is in her hands. The more you try, the more you prove one thing: you need her more than she needs you. And in every relationship, the person in that position is always the one who loses. So the real question is not, how do you make her like you? It is, how do you make her desire to have you? If you want to understand the only way to turn the situation around, not by chasing, but by changing your position at the root, then watch until the end of the video. Because what you need is not more effort, but a completely different perspective on where true attraction actually begins. You think the problem is that you are introverted. Wrong. You think the problem is that you are not confident enough. Wrong. You think that if you try harder, things will change. Wrong. The problem is not what you do. The problem is the position you are standing in. From the very beginning, you were not the person she wanted. You were the person trying to become the person she wanted. You did not approach her directly. You went through your friend. You did not create a connection. You borrowed one. Right there, the game was already over. Then you did what 90% of men get wrong. You invested your emotions before you had any value in her eyes. You confessed your feelings. You tried. You hoped. But in her eyes, you were not an option. You were the one trying to be chosen. And no one is attracted to that. When you disappeared and then came back, you did not become a better version of yourself. You were still the same person she had already chosen not to pick from the start. And then she made it clear. She does not like you. She only likes your friend. That was not the moment you lost. You had already lost long before that. And here is what you need to understand. You did not fail because you are not good enough. You failed because you were playing the wrong role. You were trying to climb up from a lower position, while attraction does not work that way. And if you do not change your position, you will repeat this same story with someone else. You are misunderstanding something very fundamental. You think that if you are good enough, sincere enough, and patient enough, then she will slowly change her feelings and choose you. You think that if you just do a little more, try a little harder, show up a little more, then everything will turn around. But no, women do not choose the one who tries the hardest. They choose the one who makes them feel something. You can be better than the other guy. You can be kinder. You can be more sincere. And you can still lose. Not because you lack value, but because you are creating the wrong kind of emotion. Here is the part you do not want to accept. She likes your friend, not because he is better than you, but because he stands in a different position. He is not chasing. He does not need to prove anything. He is not investing emotionally from the start. And that creates something you do not have: scarcity. You are doing the opposite. You show up too much. You invest too early. You place her at the center of your thoughts. You do not give her space to be curious about you. You only show her that you were ready from the very beginning. And that is not attraction. That is pressure. No one is attracted to pressure. No one is attracted to feeling overly needed. Remember this. Attraction does not come from what you do. It comes from the position you stand in. If you are the one always waiting for a message, always hoping for a reply, always placing your emotions in someone else's hands, then you have given all the power away. And when you have no power, you have no attraction. On the other hand, the person who is attractive is not the one who is perfect. They are simply the one who does not need to try to be chosen. They have their own life, their own options, and they do not put one person at the center of everything. And here is the hardest truth you need to face. You cannot make her like you while you are still the person you are right now. Not because you are not good enough, but because your current version is built on the need to be chosen, not the ability to choose. And as long as you stay in that state, you will always be the one standing on the outside, watching someone else get chosen instead of you. Look directly at what actually happened, not through your feelings, but through her actions. You confessed your feelings. You hoped. She did not reject you immediately. She gave a light response. And you thought, I have a chance. That was your first mistake. You confused a polite response with genuine interest. Then you disappeared for a while. You came back with the same expectations. Nothing changed, no new position, no new image, just the same person, still waiting to be chosen. And then she made it clear. She does not like you. She likes your friend. That moment should have ended everything. But you did not stop. You kept texting. You kept hoping. And this is where everything becomes the clearest. She does not reply to you, but she still sends videos to your friend. This is not a coincidence. This is not because she is busy. This is the difference in how she chooses to invest. She has time, she has energy, she has attention. It is just not for you. You look at that behavior and feel hurt, but you still choose to explain it away. Maybe she is not ready yet. Maybe I just need to be more patient. No, you are not lacking patience. You are refusing to face the truth. And the truth is simple. You are not in the game. You are not someone she is considering. You are someone she has already ruled out, but who is still there. And the longer you stay, the more you shift from being an option to being someone who is always available. And no one is attracted to someone who is always available. You did not lose her because you never had her. And if you do not stop here, you are going to keep doing something very dangerous. You are turning yourself into the last option in the eyes of every person you meet next. If you are in this situation, what you need to do is not try harder, not send smarter messages, not show up at better moments, and definitely not keep proving your value. All of that only keeps you in the same position, the one asking to be chosen. You do not fix the outcome by doing more in the same role. You have to change the role. The first thing you need to do is stop. Not stop to create a strategy, not stop to get her attention, but stop to completely cut off the one-sided investment. You stop texting, stop following, stop reacting to every small signal. Not because you are upset, but because you understand that every time you continue, you are reinforcing your lower position. Next, you pull all of your attention away from her. Right now, she is the center of your thoughts. Every action you take revolves around whether she will respond. And that is exactly what makes you lose all control. When you let someone else decide your emotions, you lose your attraction. What you have left is dependence. You need to reverse that. Not by pretending to be cold, but by actually having a life that does not revolve around her. Your work, your goals, your other relationships, all of that needs to return to the center. Not to impress anyone, but so you are no longer living in a constant state of waiting. After that, you need to reset your standards. Not standards for her, but standards for yourself. If someone is not proactive, not investing, not maintaining the connection, you do not continue. Not to make them chase you, but because you do not stay where you are not chosen. This is not a tactic. This is a boundary. And here is the part most people cannot do: accept losing her. Not because you want to, but because you understand you never had her to begin with. You are not letting go because you are weak. You are letting go because you are clear enough not to stay in a situation that already has an outcome. When you do this, something will change. Not her. You. You are no longer the one who needs to be chosen. You become the one who can choose. And only when you reach that state do you have two real possibilities. One, she sees you differently because you are no longer the same person. Two, she does not change at all, but it no longer matters because you have already stepped out of the position that made you lose from the start. And here is the final thing you need to remember. You cannot make someone choose you by trying harder, but you can absolutely make sure you never fall into the position of waiting to be chosen ever again. In the end, you need to see everything clearly. You did not lose because you are not good enough. You lost because you placed yourself in a position where you had to try to be chosen. And when you are in that position, the outcome is almost decided from the beginning. She is not the problem. Your friend is not the problem. The problem is how you entered from the start. You entered with the need to be accepted, not with the ability to choose. And when you need someone else to validate your value, you have already given them all the power. That is why you are always the one waiting for a message, the one analyzing every behavior, the one hoping for small signals. You are not controlling the situation. You are only reacting to it. But you do not need to fix her. You need to fix your position. The moment you no longer need someone to feel like you are good enough, you are no longer in that game. You are no longer the one standing on the outside, watching someone else get chosen. You become the one with standards, with boundaries, and with the ability to walk away when things are not clear. And that is where attraction truly begins. Not when you make someone like you, but when you no longer stay where you are not chosen. So do not ask how to win her over. That question was wrong from the start. Ask a different question. Are you willing to walk away from a place where you do not have a position or not? Because the answer to that question will determine not just this relationship, but every relationship that comes after. If you understand this, you will not just get out of this situation. You will break free from the weakest version of yourself. And when that happens, you no longer need to be chosen. You become the one who chooses. If this video helped you see things more clearly, hit like and share it with people who are stuck in the same place. And if you want to go deeper into how to take back your position in any relationship, make sure to subscribe to the channel.